counts. So he doesn't give away the fact that he's such a god at it.
Well, trade off there, 2 apiece. So we hear some Duiona. DY with the Warlock, sitting with Paparazzi. How big of a problem do you think this lane is going to look for them with the Bat Rider ET?
I would say it should be pretty rough stuff. I would think up top. It all depends on Fade. He's a big question for me, and he's now used his TP. He's gone bottom, so yeah, I would think this looks very difficult. They're starting with the stick though onto the Sven, so we'll come back. It's not gonna be a while to that action starts popping off because they're gonna have to pull waves until Bat's like level 3 before they're gonna want to go for stuff. So T will start that off, and the first arrow will be a swing and a miss down bottom. Snako will take the Burrow Strike harass though.
A lot of damage here with Burrow Strike taken early on. No Sandstorm available, obviously.
Yeah, it's a very good time to try and pressure in on him. Unfortunately, Snako, pretty low himself, so it's hard to go for much.
The lowest in the game right now. Would love to be able to make another go of it once Inksoul is back off cooldown, but Yang is already salved up. Crystallized sitting on a salve. Both of them have a lot of regen. On the other side, Yang has already used his, so probably going to try and make another go of this before the level 2 comes from the Sand King. Could happen.
Or just at least constantly contest, trying its stacks and everything.
Right.
Hard to really set up much on these angles down low with the arrows. Up top, they've been using the Fatal Bonds level 1 and just putting on the whole wave to harass back the Bat Rider and burn through his regen early on.
Blizzy getting level 2 off of this one and maybe a little bit more. It's body blocking the creep so you can get the deny.
ET gets 2 denies and starts chat wheeling. Yeah, I see how it is. Yeah, I got those in your face. You see a Quelling Blade in my inventory, boy? Get out of here.
He is such a fun hero with that. Like, oh, a stun for the last hit. Also going to get the stack. They didn't block this out for Vici. Kind of a tough decision there. It's going to end up coming back to haunt them a little bit, I think.
Yeah, if very unusual not to block that versus both ET and Bat Rider sometimes, depending on how you're going to be playing the lane. But ET especially wants the stacks, wants the constant damage. And, oh, let's see. Going for the pull there, DY. Oh, this guy's good.
Yeah, he gets it. But
unfortunately, ET's like, thanks for lining them all up for me.
Gets the full wave, and do they draw aggro again? They did get a couple of them. Looks like they'll be able to maybe get a couple of denies as well.
It's going to be so close. When he refreshes the Spirit, he could be level 2. No, he's not going to refresh it. No, okay. If you do the quick refresh, you could have kept all that damage, and then Bat Rider was really close to 3. They could have went for a play, but it didn't quite line off right.
Yeah.
So they'll just keep on.
Let the folks that know what you mean by refresh the Spirit.
Yeah, so basically you get to keep the if you got like a really good pull with your Spirit and you got a bunch of damage and you're like, oh man, but I didn't punch anyone. If you instantly cast it and then pull it back to your hero, you get to keep that last charge once. It's one of those fun features that Valve were like, hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They let it slide.
Zayat's going to pull this wave back to the other tower as well. It's a relatively large one. Meanwhile, mid lane, see that Magical gets brought down fairly low. We haven't talked about mid all that much.
Yeah.
Razor versus the Storm Spirit.
Looks like it's going pretty much according to plan. The Razor just links you, he walks at you, and then he pops it back and for the denies, right? That's why he's got 7, Storm is 3, and the last hits are pretty even.
Top there, Blizzy trying to live, gets that hit off as well. Gonna be able to find the kill onto Paparazzi afterwards. Break with that extra little bit of damage.
Yeah, and that's what we were expecting with the rotation when the Bat was level 3, right? That's exactly what we said. They're going to wait till Bat's level 3 before they want to go on the Sven. That's why Fade was able to start bottom and then comes up here and gets an arrow onto the creep. However, that means he has no arrow right now, so turnaround potential there with the team.
Force out the leap charge.
He can clarity up here and go for a kill, then stick around for the 5-minute bounty, and I think that's what he's going to do.
Okay. Go watch for that, obviously.
Oh, he's going for the mid play? What are you doing, Fade? Where are we going? Oh, no, I'm just farming. All right. There's a support Murano player right there. Fair enough.
No boots yet, but does have that bottle already completed. Branches, and maybe he's going to try and hit an arrow here mid. Magical links up. Any other aggressive capabilities? Snako going to pick up what's off the courier?
He should be coming top, I would think. I don't know why he's even looking mid.
They're going to find Paparazzi now. With Fade out of the picture, Paparazzi is just going to get ran down here. in spite of the fatal bonds and everything else, they lose their carry again.
Like, I don't see how you have any chance of killing that Razor. The arrow is so far. Okay, well, there's another grab.
And Yang also going to go down. Seneko bringing in the dust. They find the kill onto Sand King, and it's only going to be 1 CS under tower missed by Crystallize. So Navi having a very nice start of it.
Yeah, really good for them. At the same time, though, they did get the both bounties up top. So I think, did they get both down bottom too, though? Yes. Yeah, they did. So, yeah, just 2 for 2. At the very least, the ones up top were bottles, right? 1 for the Storm and 1 for the Mirana. So that's big for staying on the map right now for the side of Vici Gaming. But things looking good for Navi there. They're not syncing up. Like, you have this Sven stun into arrow. It's pretty much free. You're either going to stun the ET or the Bat Rider, depending if one wants to, you know, get down Mr. President for the other.
Moving over. Zayat thinking about contesting, at least getting some of this experience here. He's already level 4 now. Gonna go for a couple quick punches possibly. Forces Blizzy back. Just like that, the Sven is being zoned away into his jungle, and that's already inhabited by Ori. Like,
yeah.
They need that area.
2 cores not having a great time here, but that is level 6 on the Storm, right? So they can look for this kill, and
they got to get this one. If they're bringing Ori all the way over here, he needs to be able to find something out of these kills. Blizzy walking forward. They're trying to bait them into position. They don't know about the Storm Spirit moving in, able to interrupt that stomp before it gets off. And a nice kill there from Ori.
At the same time down bottom, though, they got the Burrow Strike arrow, it looks like. Or at least the arrow onto the Slark. They got a kill into Crystallize. Now they're continuing to dive onto Seneko.
Burrow Strike comes through. The arrow is going to connect afterwards, and Starfall is enough to find that kill. Magical moving into position and fighting Yang back behind the tower. He gets taken down as well. Up on the top side, Blizzy was able to live through and also get some experience. So a lot of kills all around the map right now.
4 to 4, things very even at the moment. And yeah, Faye just trying to keep things in their favor by constantly arrowing. He's creating a nice little net worth gap between the supports there by always arrowing these larger creeps. An observer ward in the area too to try and keep an eye on these camps and give himself some free arrows. So he's going to give him the space down bottom here to get rolling on the Mirana. We got TP mid, so we got the Storm and the Sand King in the mid lane at the moment just for the refill. Maybe hoping for a go.
And in spite of the fact that he's died a few times, Yang has had a pretty nice game in terms of last hit's already level 6 as well. Spot some early aggression up here onto the tower with the catapult having spawned.
They do have a ward here, though. They just saw Seneko plant that obs. They see the ET and the Grim.
They do have another sentry, but having already placed one down, they just
so
barely
close.
miss.
Yeah.
The difference.
Fade's acting real coy. It's like, what?
Now, unfortunate for the Storm, the DD spawns bottom. Could have been a kill if it was up there top. And Ori using up his whole mana pool. Magical still chasing. They're trying to go for this one. And with the rotation coming in from Seneko, they're going to deny the root. Get the silence off. He tried to take it off. Is it going to happen, though, in time? Ori running back to the shrine. Gets there. Magical still on the hunt. They have a ward in the area. They know that nobody's showing up.
The self-Inkswell in the middle of nowhere run to deny the DD.
Yeah.
Seneko, he's in the game right now.
Ori, they still have vision of him. They have Phantom's Embrace again in 10 seconds. And I think that they're just going to stick around. Ori's playing this kind of greedy.
I mean, this is what you should be doing as a Storm, for sure.
Yeah.
It's that nighttime vision.
To be punished, though, it looks like, as they move in. Silence comes out. And Ori didn't have the mana.
No, he surely did.
Gets pummeled.
Oh, magic. Oh, yeah.
Mass tip coming from Navi. Breaking spirits.
That mental warfare begins.
9 minutes in. Storm Spirit dropping down, and right now Navi sitting on the top of the net worth with the Razor and the Slark by a healthy margin.
Yeah, what is Crystallize looking like? This kind of standard stuff, right? We've seen this for the most part from the Slark players. Taking the exact same build, in fact, in our last Slark game. Might end up being a much later Midas. I think his was done in like 14 minutes or something. So that should be a little speedier than that.
Tower is under attack.
There was a ward over here, got de-warded. One of the benefits, of course, of having Slark on your team. There for a vision.
That was a nice buff for him, man. They're so, like, they're worth so much more these days.
Yeah. Part of the reason.
Bottom tower
it all adds up. It's classic Dota stuff, right?
Oh, night vision for Slark. That keeps him alive right there. And now with everybody moving in, Ori going to pick up the bounty rune and back away while Vici managed to find 3 of them. Well, just two, just 2.
Yeah,
okay.
Zayad's got 2 top as well.
All right.
Sven starting his way to the jungle there with a God Strength. What was that Ancient? I don't know if there's any stacks going on for him yet.
There are a couple of stacks in the jungle here for the Radiant, which I'm assuming are going to get picked up by Blizzy later.
Yeah.
Going for the early blink. We've seen a lot of different builds on Batrider this tournament, it feels like. Whether it's the drums or whether it's the early boot travel. But this is the classic. Just a bracer and a blink afterwards. As Fade, of course, used the Moonlight Shadow, and Navi just going to keep pressure in the tower here.
I don't know if I like the blink this early this game. I'm not sure who like follows up.
Oh, Fade. Yeah, it's a little bit strange though.
I guess what they're hoping for is that they'll get the... Well, no, that doesn't really work. I was going to say there's like the pullback into the stomp, but you would think that he's going to be burned enough that he'll just get woken up right away.
Yeah. I guess you could go for like an Earth Splitter play or something. And if there is one thing to be said, it's that like the hero that you're probably going to be going on is Ori, who is very killable. Not a whole lot of HP on this guy.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And doesn't build into HP items early.
Yeah, but can they kill him in the duration of a lasso?
Yeah, I don't know.
They need like lasso Inkswell, I guess, and try and burst him down from there.
It's not as easy. But with the Blink Dagger done, does feel like Batrider needs to make the play now. Seneko going to play with Blizzy. Going to scout out the area where they think the storm is going to be. Immediate ping as he's heading over that direction. In the meantime, they didn't block out that camp either. Ori sticking around for the rune. It's a regen top.
Ooh, turnaround potential there for sure. If you miss the attempt and then he just zips away, gets back to full HP and comes back for the kills.
God, and yeah, you can see Navi expecting that the storm was going to be here, but instead they're going to run into DY.
Well, likewise for Vici too, right? Because they de-warded all of this.
Yeah.
And just saying they probably want some vision in here. Now the counter smoke. No radiant vision in that part of the map, so they might not know this is coming, especially with the tier 1 tower being hit.
This is really bad with Ori having the regen rune. Blizzy needs to get the heck out of here. Smoke breaks. They realize they're up on the high ground. Ori looking for more. Seneko could be an easy target for them, but is that who they want to go for? Magical just going to run away afterwards? Possibly. No, he's sticking around. The chase forward, looking for the catch. Ori's still hanging on to that regen, and it looks like they're going to find that Mirana, pull her back in, and get the kill. Sleep now also off to the side. Magical turned around upon. They drop the Warlock ulti. It's on to 3 with the Fatal Bonds as well. Magical in a lot of trouble, but Crystallized showing up as well. Ori's out of mana. Yeah, his regen rune got popped. He's caught. He's going to get killed off here. His Paparazi also being ran down. It's the Fatal Bonds. The eyes are there. And the Sleep from Science. It's caught onto all of them. Can they kill him off in time? Yes, indeed. Ori goes down. And what was looking good is now looking terrible for Vici. But the turnaround with Mirana there on the support. Blizzy trying to get to the high ground. TY with the triple kill. Crystallized barely able to escape. It costs a buyback, but well worth it as the juke comes from Crystallized.
All right, well, that was a back and forth fight there. We end up with pretty even stuff. Big XP gains, though, for Vici Gaming. Almost 1,000 more. But that fight was pretty much all Zayats in favor of Navi. He had the Spirit and the Stomp, which canceled the regen rune, so then when Ori came back in, he was down to like 25% mana when he was like trying to re-engage back in. So he got like 1 zip, and that was sort of it. But you kind of saw they hit the lasso, they were able to kill off the Mirana, but without the aura being ready yet on the ET, he didn't really have that much of an impact there. It's just all Batrider damage, right? With his level 9 now going to be increasing that by quite a bit.
Well, and I mean, again, it's like Ori going down there, but a super clutch buyback as well by that Mirana. I think that they might not have had the damage available if Fade didn't get in there with the level 4 Starfall. So, 1,000 gold lead for Vici as we get close to the 15-minute bounty rune mark. TI showing the strength of that level 4 Fatal Bonds.
Blizzy found himself a freebie.
They get ready for the bounty runes. Navi pick up a kill.
Yeah, that was because DY came in and dewarded an obs. And Blizzy's like, yeah, he's close enough, I can go for this.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Your bounty runes apiece. And
3 each, wow. Amazing. Or they're multiplying.
They're multiplying.
So what was that, 3 for
bounties.
Navi, is that what that was?
Yeah, 3 for Navi.
Okay.
Dyer's bottom
Yeah,
tower
this
is under
high
attack.
ground here has kind of felt like a trap.
Yeah, no one wants to be here. I don't think. They're just going to let it go.
They did put the high ground ward there for Vici. Looks
Radiant's
like
middle tower
Blizzy is
under
going
attack.
to head in. Doesn't manage to find the D ward there. Was actually over on the high ground.
Hey, interesting he didn't go for the double sentry.
Yeah.
Like just the sentry in the middle in between the two.
I think he was worried about maybe one right where Vici is right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Over there.
Oh,
They
he
get the
killed the
D-wards.
sentry. Why you do that, DY? Why do you do this?
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. But, you know, magical, he's going to notice. He pinged that instantly.
Pinging. Be careful. Seneko. And this isn't a bait. Nobody else is in the area, so it's like they are going to realize Ori is there. Safe. Down bottom, Blizzy pulls the creep wave off the side. Time they're going to get to the extra pressure up on the top tier 2 tower.
Crystallize and Paparazzi kind of loving this game. You know, there's
Dyer's
one big
middle
fight.
tower
Other than
is
that,
under
just
attack.
hitting some creeps. So the two of them getting up there. Magical, likewise. Got a few more kills on him, though, with the Atos also looking to be a bit more combative.
Dyer's
And
top
smoking up
tower
once
is
more. We
under
must be almost
attack.
out of smokes. I see one more on
Radiant's
Blizzy.
bottom tower is
But man,
under
this has been
attack.
extremely active. And then additionally, one extra one left there onto a DY, too.
Scan hits, they know that they're coming. Paparazzi not an eat target, even at the best of initiative.
No, he's the Midas and Ick. God Strength's kind of scary. The HP pools are not that high on the side of Navi for some of these heroes, so they could get chunked down very quickly.
And now they're going to spot it. Oh, Blizzy. That does reveal the ward. Now they need to get the heck out of there. One more punch. It's going to take it. Chase forward for more. For that Burrow Strike initiation onto Seneko. And it looks like that is going to be the Grim Stroke. Most likely going down, although making the escape. Seneko, TP,
Dyer's
not going to
middle
go.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, I didn't want to commit the epi. And a good choice there. Took a little bit longer, but it was fine.
All this fighting just around this high ground over and over again.
Well, it's funny because Paparazzi just made the smoke and got the kill, but that whole time Crystallize just hitting waves and he takes the top net worth slot when he was the one who was behind the Sven just moments ago.
Already has that diffusal blade done, going to be brought out soon. Do have lasso available and going to find Fade. Crystallize should be able to take this one out here with the leash afterwards. Good bit of damage onto Fade, but is it enough? As you were talking about, not quite for the kill.
Lasso burst damage is always something I look for with this hero. Like, Lina is the one that always comes to mind, and Razor's kind of the opposite of that, right? He's this damage over time, takes a while, so at the very least, it does create more space for Crystallize to farm, sure, but you'd like to be getting these kills with the lasso.
Dyer's top
that.
tower is under attack.
Bat Rider not able to find kills, but the Slark farming sort of feels like the story of this game. The other story that we should be keeping our eyes on is how do you eventually deal with this Paparazzi Sven and the Ori Storm Spirit? Because right now it feels like they're also slowly biding their time till they get their set of items and be able to run through Navi a little bit.
Yeah, Sven is still needing quite a few items, though. I'd say, like, you definitely don't want to fight before the BKB at point. Yeah, I mean, unless you get a really good jump, sure. But Zayat is just maxed out song. Ooh, there we go.
On a magical. TP's coming in, but is it going to be enough to save? Don't think so. And Seneko, the turnaround, Blizzy, he has the lasso in a second if he wants to. It's actually 23 seconds away. So TP in without his ulti. Yang is going to drop, but Seneko too will fall as the stomp hits up on the high ground. Is this going to be enough to get any turnaround? Ori almost gets popped and killed off, but not. Navi just run in one after the other and end up falling.
Oh, it looks so juicy,
they
though.
are going to maybe be able to find a kill here. Last second for Crystallize, pounds forward, just barely off the mark. Oh man, and Navi lose 4 for 1.
Beautiful jump. Man, it is hard to get through that Razor. That guy has tons of armor and then even a little bit more under that tower, but it's a spend. So getting the jump, not having to worry defensively about the BKB, absolutely massive for them there. And doing the most in that fight without question, but oh, I can feel the pain of Zayat because he saw it. It was so close. It's gonna be enough though. Now he just has that tome. Look how close he was to level 12. So he just ate a tome and he went from 11 and a tiny bit left to 12 and a tiny bit left. Like, oh, if that second point in the ulti had been there, it would have been great. But the ulti, it doesn't scale that well, so, and it's on cooldown, so he's taking more points in the order.
That's really what was doing the majority of that damage in that fight. Navi immediately going to start going again once its Warlock ulti is down. They don't necessarily want to look for that. Blizzy looking for more up to the north, but it's just going to be a DY kill. Vici very happy about that. Just lose the Warlock at this stage of the game.
And it's also Navi getting back into it though, right? They're abusing the fact that the Golem was used, cooldowns aren't ready, God Strength is down, so bouncing right back into the tier 1 tower is excellent for their side.
Okay.
They can also be thinking about Roche too, to try and take that away from the Storm Spirit, but itemization towards that's a bit difficult with their draft, especially if the ET wants to go for this more standard BKB rush, which we see most of the position 4s do, and not for like a Solar Crest.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Under attack.
Solid item. Crystallize from up top here. Ori still waiting around to see if he can get a jump, but going for the Yule Scepter build on the Storm. Not always seen, but it feels like it's quite good this game, whether it's for dealing with a Slark pouncing on him or afterwards if you can get a Yule Scepter hit onto Blizzy precast or something.
Chase potential too, just a good all-around item for the hero.
Yeah.
But it is definitely an all-around item. It's not like fantastic in real regard.
Yang up top. Scouting out Crystallize.
Additional TP. Yang gonna hold. No attempts on a kill.
No luck. 3,000 gold lead early on as Storm picks up another regen rune.
And they have a smoke on DY, so they're probably going to go for something here. Paparazi has the ulti, has the BKB, and they're not going to connect to him, though. They're going to jump up towards Yang. They actually pop a Moonlight Shadow, going to try and defend their jungle. DY puts down the sentry, but unfortunately he has no real way of looking up top there. Bring the courier.
Wonder if he's going to... He should do that.
Yeah, just making the space for himself, too. Probably thinking about putting the obs up.
But they have full vision of this on Navi, and they're going to try and go for a play themselves. Smoked up, half duration on it left. They know that Paparazzi's there. They have eyes on him. This ward, they see the camp get pulled away. Blizzy looking for the opening, jumps forward. Lasso, no! It's not on the mark. He manages to find him, but he's not going to get the pullback. The Warlock will be taking her up, and now Paparazzi pops the God Strike, turns to fight. Over on the side, they have caught one, but it's not onto Ori. He gets stomped! Oh my god! The Centaur! The Centaur stomps him. Zayat turns, gets the punch, gets the kill, but Paparazzi looking for a little bit of blood and Crystallize.
Ori
just going to run away.
And buyback.
Oh man, if they can get out of this one, then they're going to be okay. Crystallize gets the jump to the high ground. Dark packed away as well. Doesn't have the ultimate anymore. Draining away. Ori, not a ton of mana. Trying to escape, and Crystallize won't be able to do it.
He's still got regen, but I don't think there's anyone else left to chase. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm going to have to double check that one. That's a bit rough there for our Storm Spirit. Getting stomped by the neutral? That's like the worst.
That's what it was, right? That's what it looked like.
Yep, yeah, he receives stun debuff from Centaur Conqueror. He did, for 17 damage, in case you were wondering.
Jeez. It's one of those moments where it's just like taking the fight at the wrong time and punished. Still, though, they get Crystallized kill. It costs them a buyback on the Storm. How worth do you think that buyback was for him?
He got the kill, right? On the Slayer? No, he didn't. Mirana got the kill. Well, they probably wouldn't have got the kill without him buying back, so it's probably fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'm sure it almost evened out, plus he gets some pretty good XP for it, but it's still, I would say, a win for Navi, right? They're getting in there. They do find those D wards now down to the high ground. Yeah, I'm still not sure what happened with that sentry board with that high ground, as you were saying. Like, he cut the one tree, so I think then he could tell that the other tree was uncut, but he didn't bring the courier over to de-ward it, so that certainly helped with the initiation there from Navi.
It happened so quickly after it, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good play there from Navi to try and capitalize on that. They now have a fresh BKB on Crystallize, and they're moving up to these 25-minute bounty runs, so they're trading 2 apiece. Oh, my mistake. They shan't be.
Ori.
Had a haste through it, so it felt a little bold.
Now, I will say, if there is a chance for a pickoff in the next few minutes on Ori, could go very easily right into Roche afterwards for Vici, assuming Warlock will be
Yeah, if not more, too.
Right.
Under attack.
Because they're peaking right now, right? You got 9-second BKB on Razor, 10-second BKB on Slark. If they just pick off the Storm and still have that stuff left, they could easily fight high ground with those double BKB.
Doesn't realize that there are wards in the area as of yet. Bring the Slark over. They should be able to recognize that.
And to reiterate, this is a series that could put one of these teams into the lower bracket. And it can go either way. They're just a point apart, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you get a 2-0 on Navi. Suddenly, they're looking very good for upper bracket. You get a 2-0 on Vici. Same story. But likewise, you drop, get no points this series. You're potentially looking at tiebreakers at the very least. And if not, maybe just straight up lower.
Dire's top tower is under
Very
attack.
scary situation in these group stages.
Middle tower is under attack.
Only a couple of games are going to decide your fate in lower and upper bracket, and in case anybody wasn't paying attention, upper bracket makes a huge difference. First of all, not having to play in those best of ones, and second of all, just you're that much further along in the structure of the tournament. Zayats, you get jumped on. If there's any way to save this Elder Titan, could go for the TP away, but gonna be able to make it, although does have the Stomp afterwards.
Boy.
Yeah, Yule Scepter's there. Zayat's gonna get killed. Makes him work for it, though.
Yeah, bought his Mithril Hammer, too, so I don't think he lost any gold. He lost 20, I believe. Don't believe the lies of the fight recap.
Jumping on to Blizzy here. Gets the arrow afterwards. Nice pickup there. Is Vici starting to roll early on.
Doing a good job of pushing this one forward, trying to keep their advantage up, because they're currently still holding a 9-second BB on the Sven, and they don't have a BKB even close to one, really, on that Storm Spear, which is sort of when he starts to go a little bit hog wild.
Crystallize, realizing that there's a ward there, is now going to head off to the side. He's not going to have his ulti. He needs to be careful. Crystallize realizes there's vision on him and gets the Dark Pack off. Jump away, pops the BKB, TP out. This dude's gone, and Warlock not close enough to drop the rock.
Yeah. She's very thankful for him right now.
Yeah. That BKB used for Slark. 4 seconds before it's back online again. She, in the meantime, still trying to control this map. Something that's not always the easiest. Slark pings out that the ward is right there. They also knew that there was another one over to the other side of the river, but that one is going to expire before Navi can do anything to shut that down.
I think it's interesting in this game is that you don't have Vici really making like defined pushes. Like, they're not just clearing this wave and starting to chip at this tower despite their 7k advantage, because whenever you plant and make an obvious objective attempt versus ET and Batrider, it's really easy to punish, because you're just able to look for lassos, you're able to skip with the Spirit and then go for stomps and then try and set up good situations. Instead, Vici are looking for pickoffs and then just starting to pressure into towers when they know they have an advantage that Navi don't want to fight into. So, like, that tier 1 tower is kind of juicy, right? Super low, they're all in the area, and they just go, no, let's go back and farm. We'll wait, we'll pick them off, and then we'll deal with the top tower.
Well, and you can see right there as well, Navi making these big 5-person smokes into the jungle, but Vici also going to make that same play. They knew that they were over in the area, and Ori is going to be the one. Smoke break. Runs away. Paparazi jumps forward. A little bit of an awkward one right now. Burrow Strike already out. Crystallized pops the BKB to run forward. They have the ulti at the Earth Splitter. It's not looking like it's enough. Ori silence for the moment. Can they kill him off the time? Yule Scepter to interrupt. Magical trying to do what he can in his BKB duration. Spade is down somewhat low, but Yang shows up, finds the hit onto Crystallize, who manages to escape, but 3 other from Navi are going down. And it looks like Vici win that fight handedly, in spite of the high ground.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an awkward intro, but they got a lasso onto the Sven. But again, there was no follow-up. I mean, there's a couple of them nearby, but they don't have the damage to do anything during it. The Earth Splitter not able to get there in time, so then he just gets out of the lasso. He retreats back a little bit, and then just comes flying back through and kills the Bat Rider.
Man, Slurk has just not looked like he's been able to get anything done in spite of his farm. You know what I mean? It's like the hero just doesn't feel like he's doing that much in this game.
He's a hero that ramps up a lot too during these team fights, and you have a Sven and a Sand King. Like these guys, they can just end the fight very quickly, and it sort of becomes apparent whether the fight's over. And it's like, okay, we've lost 2 heroes, and Slark just has to make that decision of like, I need to leave, kind of a deal, right? So in those cases, he doesn't really have a chance of like the fight's continuing and people are still fighting for kills and everything to ramp up the Essence Shift. Blink Dagger now too from Fade, so very easy follow-up and quick burst damage from him on the support Mirana.
Blade next, that old classic combo. Yang. Give him the walk away. Been able to see as much catch and fight from Navi that we expected from this last tournament. Arrow. Connected on any heroes, but just farming away on the neutral.
You look at the net worth too, and you see this Slark and Razor up there, and you think, oh, okay, well, Navi's doing all right. I mean, they have 2 of the top 3 heroes at the moment, right? But the rest of the cast, pretty far down low. Even just the gap between Seneko and DY at this point, like 2K. And then you have this like double off-laner thing going on between Zayats and Blizzy, where the ET, he's very close to his BKB, and maybe that's going to help him along these team fights, but the Bat Rider is having a really hard time scaling because he went straight for this Blink Dagger, and they can't get kills. So he bought that Blink at, I don't even know, what, like 15 minutes or something?
Yeah.
And the guy's bought an Ogre Club since then.
It's been really rough, yeah, and you can see 4, 6, and 4. Even when he's been able to find those kills on occasion, he often dies before the person actually ends up falling, and so he's not being a part of the gold afterwards.
Radiant's top tower.
Now, I mean, it would have been hard to go like bots too, because scaling in a game when there's that was good. So much catch on the side of Vici is always going to be hard.
Right. But we'll finish up that kill onto Fade now.
Radiant's top tower is under
Lizzie
attack.
getting closer towards that BKB mid lane. Zayat, paparazi. Obviously, ET, one of those heroes that can do ridiculously well in the late game. I think that's maybe one way that you can sort of hang your hat if you're the Navi team. If this goes late enough, they have very good supports for fighting in the late game. But I guess the same thing could be said for Vici.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this Mirana is, you know, trying to get away from this whole idea of being a support too. Very rich. Even with that death, she's still well ahead of that Bat Rider. I think,
They have Ori here as well, in some trouble, trying to find that kill. Interrupt, it's not going to be quick enough. They find that finish. Now Ori low on mana, they have the soul bind, but it's just going to be Yang. Dual Scepter lifts up. Burrow strike to try and run. The turnaround is there though, and the silence means that they'll find the kill onto the Sand King. But worth it every day of the week for the kill on the Slark.
Yep, the vision a little too strong there to try and make a juking escape. Our Sand King. Yeah, don't have any great instant saves in those moments, so very frustrating when you're trying to protect someone like your Slark.
Sven has a Bloodthorn now. Like that kill combined now with Paparazzi just constantly farming, having his Midas going. You saw right there, it came off cooldown as soon as he used it. Almost 5,000 gold ahead of the Slark at this stage.
Are they carrying detection right now, though? I think they are, right? On the side of Vici Gaming, because we do have the Glimmer on Seneko. So Bloodthorn, not going to be amazing, because you got, what, triple BKB, as well as a Glimmer Cave. Blizzy definitely the big target on that one, and actually he's got his BKB done too. So going to have to be later into it, sort of a Bloodthorn. Or during a stun, you know, that also works.
It ain't bad.
It's fine. It's not a control item, it's a damage item.
And it just feels so hard to play Dota at this stage. Like, it almost feels like Navi are going to have to bait somebody and then go for a buyback play to really make the fight work. And if you come and contest Ori in the pit right now, yes, it feels like you need to make it happen, but he might just kill you as well. No ET to interrupt this, and they're running in to take down Roche very, very quickly. Arrow goes out, doesn't quite connect, and they realize now that this is not going to work. Ori DD, Yang looking for the follow-up. Blizzy, Crystallized, needing to run away. They can go for a jump if they want. Who does he find? Nobody yet for Ori, but Blizzy going to be caught as Vici take another.
Yeah, Blizzy had his eyes on the prize there. Took the bracer out. He's like, oh, we can do it, guys. Nope, no, I don't want to do this. Don't want to do this. And that's the worst feeling. When you think about contesting Roche and you back away the last second and you just get instantly punished. Lots of chase down potential here from the side of Vici Gaming.
And it's not even easy to kill off these heroes that it used to be either. Like, Ori at this point on the Storm Spirit, level 22, has the Lincoln Sphere, Kaya and Yasha. I don't even know. I guess you have to just pounce on him as Crystallize. Like, it feels like so much of this is right on Crystallize to get it done. And still trying to build into that butterfly.
Stupendous.
They don't even have a good way of popping the Lincolns. Everything's very telegraphed until they have the actual Force Staff and he can blink Force Lasso.
Sort of non-Lincoln's control abilities are what they're going to be relying upon here. Ori walks up to high ground. They have vision of him.
Middle tower is under attack.
Go for this one if they want. Maybe with the Atos to open it up. Natural. Jump forward. They find the target in the back line. It's on to Sven, but they also got the Lotus off. Blizzy tries to run away. I think he's going to make his escape. Vici, not gonna tempt fate. They play it safe.
They had the blink stun, but they hadn't popped the God Strike yet, so they weren't committed.
Yeah.
It's holding everything but the Moonlight Shadow.
And on the other side, Navi, they did pop BKBs.
And the last on the Split Earth.
Yeah.
Both gone now. Oh, they're on the hunt for Snako up top. Gets the Glimmer off though, so.
Scary, scary.
All right, we got one sentry there on DY, so that'll be our counter to the Glimmer.
It actually is a huge problem if they don't have detection. Unless they go on Snako himself.
Yeah, they're so strong though that if someone gets Glimmered, they'll just kill whoever else they can see.
That's a good point.
They can just reach everyone so easily. And DY is just fed up. He just buys a gem. He's like, all right, fine here. Here you go, Storm.
Radiant's top tower
They
is
hand it
under
off.
attack.
But Yang will probably get it.
And they have a butterfly on Sven. Dude, Paparazzi is so farmed.
He is gargantuan.
6,000 gold ahead of the next highest on Navi.
And he still has an 8-second BKB,
Radiant's
which
top
is
tower has
terrifying.
Yeah. They have a butterfly on Slark, which is something, at least for Navi. Crystallize has been able to get a pretty decent farm for himself, but it's just not feeling like it's enough. Well, Fade walks in. Ooh, Night Shadow, chase up Fade, looking for the follow. Have the arrow available. A miss onto it, Yang. Very far up and ahead.
From downtown. Oh, he blinked into it.
What? Blizzy blinks into the arrow, gets caught. They have the leash on it too, but Storm is there, and the Warlock ulti on top of all of it. Navi wanting to do anything at all, but they're just going to run into their death. Is Paparazzi going to get the back away? Or he's actually low enough. Syed beats him down.
They actually didn't want to kill him. They were just letting him sit there with no mana.
And now that he has died, they're going to find another follow-up as they kill off the Razor. They're going to kill off Navi. Vici Gaming
Radiant's bottom
is
tower.
ready to walk high ground and stick around here for a while. They are not afraid of anything.
Yeah, no buyback from the ET or the Bat Rider. And,
Oh,
okay.
God.
That's Rick. Take him out.
G to the G. Man, Vici Gaming.
Took control of this game and then never let go. I think Navi not really set up for success in this one. It's gonna be a very hard time to make use of the lassos. Hard time really to get Snako into, or sorry, Crystallize into some good fights as well.
Yeah, it was weird. And I'm not sure how I feel about Slark necessarily as a